Today at Kowai Post, we have with us Mr. Ramesh, Deputy General Manager of Business and Operations, State Bank of India, speaking about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's pet project, Swacha Bharath Abhyan. Let's talk to him more about it in detail. We are very glad that you are speaking to Kowai Post, sir. The first question regarding Swacha Bharath Abhyan would be, see, a lot of impetus is being given on waste collection, but very little is done in terms of waste management. So what are your comments on that?
Very good afternoon to you. At the outset, my compliments to the entire viewers of Kowai Post. Thanks for giving us this opportunity. Swacha Bharath Abhyan is an excellent initiative of Government of India. The objective is to create an awareness amongst the public for maintaining cleanliness and handling the waste. Waste management is an entirely different activity which needs sensitization amongst the citizenry, for which a separate campaign kind of a initiative is required. This is just a first step by the Government of India, wherein all stakeholders like corporates, common man, celebrities, government functionaries, banks, all of them have been brought together for cleaning up the lakes, for cleaning up public places such as government hospitals, railway stations, airports, and railway stations. So waste management, I agree with you that more needs to be done. Definitely the government would be coming out with a separate campaign for inculcating the awareness for waste management as well.
Okay. So, sir, now that you spoke about celebrities, involvement of celebrities in Swacha Bharath Abhyan, is it enough if we rope in celebrities alone, going by the fact that the implementation needs to be done at the ground level, and where really are the common faces?
The objective of roping in celebrities in any such campaign is essentially driven by the fact that the public curiosity is aroused by roping in the celebrities. Awareness is a key aspect in inculcating the kind of cleanliness drive that is a massive effort, and it needs the kind of effort that only government would not be able to accomplish. All the stakeholders, the corporates, the citizens, the celebrities, including the common man, needs to participate. It's a collaborative effort, and which is why typically in a campaign of this nature, celebrities are roped in, so that on a sustained basis this cleanliness drive is taken forward. Not only on the 2nd of October.
Many of the cities we see that the sewage drains aren't in a proper place, and it is causing a lot of health hazards. So what do you have to, where is Swachhata in this? What do you have to say about this?
Sewage management is essentially the entire citizen's responsibility, even though the government is driving for achieving this objective. In a city like Coimbatore, it is very essential that sewage management is handled appropriately to avoid, as you very correctly said, about health hazards, to create an awareness amongst the people. Magazines such as yours go a very long way in creating the kind of awareness that is needed for handling the sewage management. So sewage management needs proper kind of dissemination of the information, like segregation of the waste, the biodegradable and the paper waste needs to be collected separately. For example, in bigger cities such as Bangalore, each house is supposed to have 3 boxes where the waste is collected. Upfront, it is segregated from the house at the time of collection, so that the task of the corporation becomes easier. Similarly, in our city of Coimbatore, such initiatives will help in proper sewage management. In addition, we also need stormwater drains. The rains have wreaked havoc in the recent past, creating excessive discharge of the drainage water into the lakes.
Right.
So this is one aspect that needs proper handling, so that the sewage management is appropriately addressed.
Right. So how about the sewage treatment plants? Because we see a lot of sewage draining into the lakes. And also tell me, something that we are seeing of late too often is that the realtors are, dumping debris waste into the lakes, which is again, clogging channels. So this is a very serious problem that we've been facing. So where do you think the awareness should start? I mean, I'm sure the big realtors who are into the realty business know very well that debris should not be dumped into the lakes.
Sewage treatment plant is one of the ingredients for keeping the lakes in a proper condition and make it potable water for the citizens upfront. Now, sewage treatment plants needs to be maintained, needs to be continuously utilized, and more funds are definitely needed for having the sewage treatment plant across the lakes in Coimbatore. While we are happy that corporation is doing its bit in terms of providing the sewage treatment plants, it's not the responsibility of government alone to maintain and ensure that the lakes are properly maintained. So it's the corporates, the citizens, everybody is equally responsible for having the sewage treatment plants, because end of the day it means that we are keeping the health hazard at bay. Now, as part of CSR, Government of India has mandated 2% of the profits the corporates need to spend towards CSR activities. Now, banks such as State Bank of India, they have been involved in various CSR activities, including desilting of lakes, funding for sewage treatment plants. State Bank of India partners sometimes with city corporations, with NGOs, with the environmentalists. Sometimes on their own they are involved in any of such initiatives, which is one of the eco-friendly measures. And as a corporate citizen, it is our responsibility to ensure that the lakes are properly maintained and no drainage water seeps across the lakes. As to your point on the debris being straight away put into the lakes, of course there should be deterrent measures to ensure that nobody is dumping any waste directly into the lakes. Plus, sustained awareness is needed to be created amongst the citizens to ensure that they do not dump any debris into the lakes as such.
Finally, sir, let's talk about open defecation and construction of toilets. I'm sure State Bank of India has also been doing a lot on those lines, but are you seeing it reach the ground level?
Excellent question. The country itself needs to be made open defecation free. It's a continuous effort that government, corporates, citizens needs to work on a sustained basis. As part of State Bank of India's initiatives, we have adopted a couple of villages in Nilgiris district, and we have helped the government, partnered with the government for constructing toilets. In addition, we have roped in ambassadors who are youngsters. We have provided a Wi-Fi center where the youngsters are coming, and they have been entrusted the task of sensitizing the citizens in that village, comprising of about 7,500 population. And this initiative has been very positive, and to a large extent the village has now become open defecation free. But like I said, it has to be on a sustained basis, because as a culture the citizens have got used to defecating in the public. Even though an infrastructure is created, infrastructure is addressing just one part of it.
Right.
We need to have a sanitization of the people's minds and create an awareness. For that, the community centers are there where the children, the school children especially, we have engaged their services to impart training on the benefits of using toilets. In fact, you would have seen the government of India is coming out with ads continuously on making the villages open defecation free, and it has to be in collaboration with corporates and banks and other organizations, while the main drive is done by the government of India. End of the day, the execution and the success of the project lies with the citizens.
Okay.
It's up to us to see that we make our village open defecation free. The magazines such as Kovai Post are doing enormous service to the citizens by creating such kind of an awareness and ensuring that this information is passed across to all the public. I am quite sure that your Kovai Post, which is an online platform, is seen by all age groups, which is very important, and awareness needs to be created and inculcated at a very young age. To that extent, Kovai Post is doing a human service to us, and State Bank of India is very glad to be part of this wonderful initiative of protecting the environment and handing over this city in a much better way to the next generation,
right,
which is what is our duty.
Right. Thank you so much for talking to Kovai Post.
Thank you so very much.